Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Again, we'll continue with the Global English 6. Unit 4, Lesson 3, this time Part 2. Learner's Book, page number 55 and Activity Book, page number 45. So, please be ready with the books and let's start. Remember, these are the 2 pages covering Lesson 3. What makes a good film, and this is the page that we are dealing with now. Those were the main objectives of the unit, so let's start. Use of English, we have something called relative clauses. What do you mean by relative clauses? Let's read some examples to discover. The characters are so lifelike that they look like real people. It's about a group of superheroes who have amazing abilities. There is a good scene where one of the heroes goes to Antarctica. I like the ending when the superheroes win. We have 4 words used here and they are in different font, they are different color, they are in blue here. That, who, where, when. What do they mean? They are beginnings of other parts of clauses in the main sentence. What do you mean by this? If I look at the last one, the shortest, I liked the ending. When the superheroes win. How many parts are there in this sentence? Yes, we have 2 parts. The beginning of the second part starts with the word when. But what do we mean by when? As you know, when is a word that is used to talk about, exactly, to talk about time. So if we talk about time, you can use words like when. What about people? The place. If we talk about the place, of course we need to use where. When we mean or talk about people, we use the word who. And if we want to talk about things, we use the word that. By the way, the word that can be used to talk about people as well. How do I know? Let's take some more examples to know some more explanations to understand more. Okay, the use of English. Let's do this activity first. Read the examples in the use of English box. Complete the rules about relative clauses with who, that, where, and when. Help me. We use what or what when we talk about people. Yes, you remember, we use who or that when we talk about people. Exactly. We use when we talk about things. What do you think? Yes, fine, we use the word that when we talk about things. The third one, we use what when we talk about places. Good. We use where when we talk about places. Finally, we use what when we talk about the time something happened. Fantastic. We use when we talk about time something happened. This is about the use of these words. How about forming the examples or the sentences? We'll know more about them now here in the coming exercise. Think of a film that you like. Complete these sentences with your own ideas. My film is about a character who can complete this sentence. I guess, yes, you can. Say it to yourself. Yeah, I can complete it saying, my film is about a character who defeated a whole army himself. Who could beat or who was defeated by someone else or by an army. That was wrong use of the word defeat. It's a story that that tells you more about the history of Greece, for example. The film is set in a place where pharaohs or ancient Egyptians lived in the past. I'm talking about a place. So complete with the whole phrase or a sentence after these words This adds more to the meaning of the previous part. Think about completion for these sentences. Show them to your teacher in the classes when you attend, and he will help you more to correct them. Now present it, talking about films. Use the notes in activity 6 and write answers to Anna's questions in activity 4 about film you've seen. This will prepare you for the conversation with your partner. Okay, so we'll take the information from the conversation between the two girls that was done before. Work in pairs, interview your partner, make notes as you listen. Now look at your notes and prepare a short summary to tell your class about what your partner said. So this is all preparation for the conversation. When you do this, try not to read from the paper. Practice first with your partner. When you're confident, what do you mean by confident? You trust yourself and you're able to do it in front of others. So tell your class about your conversation with your partner. So conduct your conversation. This is a speaking text of exercise, of course. At the weekend, Diego saw a film called Complete. He thinks that this is a good beginning for a conversation or for telling about some people's opinion about a film. Okay, let's move to the workbook, page number 45, to practice more about relative clauses. Use of English, read the use of English box. I'll make it bigger here. Underline 5 relative clauses in the answers in activity 1. One has been done for you. If you go back to the previous page, you will find 5 examples of relative clauses in the answers in activity 1. One of them is underlined, is done for you. Remember, relative clauses are parts of a sentence that start with the relative pronoun. Who can tell me the relative pronouns? The relative pronouns can be that, who. Both of them can be used for people. The word that is used for things. The word when is used for time, and where is used for place. Fantastic. The characters are so lifelike that they look like real people. Of course, we're talking about characters, so they are people. It's about a group of superheroes who have amazing abilities. Of course, we're talking about people again. The first one can be things or people. There is a good scene where one of the heroes goes to Antarctica. We're talking about the place in the scene. I like the ending when the superheroes win. I'm talking about a specific point of time using the word when. Now, practice. Choose the correct relative pronoun to complete the sentences, and this is the most important part. I like the ending that or when or who the hero finally saves the planet. Of course, I'm talking about the ending, which is a part or a time in the movie, in the film. So we use when, which is related to time. Thank you. Now think about answers from number 2 to number 8, and I'll show you the answers shortly. Don't read them now. Pause the video, do it yourself, and afterwards you can check the answers here. The last part is a challenge. Use relative clauses to complete the sentences about the film. Epic. Let's do it. Epic is an adventure story that looks amazing. Think about the answers. Take a minute and then complete the sentences before seeing the correct answers. Number 2, it's about a young girl. A young girl, is it a person? Yes. So how can we complete here? You can complete using who. Thank you. Another word, that. Thank you. You can use who or that here because we're talking about a girl, a person. Number 3, she is transported to a forest. Are we talking about a place here? Yes, a place. A forest is a place. So which word is suitable here? Of course, where. Number 4, there are a group of villains. So we're talking about people again. Who? Number 5, one of the nicest scenes is. I'm talking about the scene. So which word can I use? Exactly, the word when. Sorry. One of the nicest scenes is when she meets the other characters, because I'm talking about a point in the film, so I'm talking about time here. I didn't complete the sentence, I'm sorry. So you should have completed it, and I should have done this. So when you complete, you recognize that you're talking about time, so the answer is when. Finally, it's a film that I would recommend to my friend, and that talks about the film, which is something. That was all for now. Thank you very much for watching. We'll meet you again with lesson 4. Goodbye.